On the west coast of South Africa you can drive a couple beautiful routes, namely the Whale Coast route and the Garden route. You fly to Cape Town, where you can spend 2 to 3 nights and explore the city. With the hop-on hop-off bus you can ride past all the city sights for a few dollars and get off and on wherever you want, for example at the waterfront where you can ride to Table Mountain and go up there by cable car or on foot. To enjoy the beautiful view of Cape Town. In the evening you can have a nice dinner in the many restaurants in Cape Town. On the waterfront you can spend hours in the nice shops, fine restaurants, or enjoy the street musicians and dancers. There is always something to do. In the city you can pick up a rental car and take a day trip to the Cape Peninsula. This is a beautiful area under Cape Town. The peninsula is also home to the Cape of Good Hope, the southernmost tip of South Africa. For example, drive to the Cape of Good Hope via the Chapman's Peak Drive, one of the most beautiful roads in South Africa. You drive along enormous cliffs and abysses, a bit scary at times, but it is really a beautiful road. Behind every bend lies a breathtakingly beautiful view. One of the highlights of the Table Mountain National Park is Cape Point, the southernmost tip of the Cape Peninsula. It is quite a climb to the top before you actually reach Cape Point itself, but the view is really worth it. There is also a small train that can take you up, but the walking route up is actually too beautiful to skip. Near Cape Point is the Cape of Good Hope, or as the Africans call it, Cap die Goeie Hoop. This is the most southwesterly point of mainland Africa. Then you drive back to Cape Town via the other side and pass Boulders Beach. This is a closed and protected stretch of beach that is best known for the hundreds of penguins that live there. For a few dollars you can walk a route past the penguins. Wonderful to see these funny animals up close. From Boulders Beach you drive past the small town of Simon's Town. Whales often swim in the bays around this city. The best chance of seeing them is between July and November, so keep your eyes open. There are several parking lots along the way where you can stop and view the whales up close. After a stay in Cape Town you continue the route along the Whale Coast route to Hermanus. Between June and October, southern right whales, bride's whales, and humpback whales swim just a few meters from the coast. You have the best chance of spotting whales along the coast between Plettenberg and Cape Town. A number of specific whale watching places have been created where you can peer into the water from the shore with your binoculars. One of the most famous places is Hermanus Bay. In addition to whales, dolphins and sea lions, you also have the chance to see penguins here. Because Hermanus is located on a bay, the water here is relatively warm. That is why you will see plenty of whales here, especially between September and November. We just watched the whales from the shore. This can easily be done with the naked eye or binoculars or zoom lens. There is a whale crier walking around who shouts through his horn when the animals show themselves. Do you have some more time? You can also book a boat trip so you can get an even closer look at the whales. It is even possible to kayak among the whales. Stay in one of the nice B&Bs that you can find here to spend one or more nights. For less than $50 pp you can have a nice overnight stay in one of the beautiful B&Bs, such as Mulligan's Guest Lodge with a beautiful view of the mountains and a golf course, where you can spot the most beautiful birds. From Hermanus you can drive to the southernmost point of South Africa, Cape Agulhas, or you can drive further inland, where there are also several private game parks. Such as the Garden Route Game Lodge. Here you will stay in a beautiful chalet with a view over the park and the impressive Langberg Mountain Range mountains. This malaria-free safari park is just a 3.5-hour drive from Cape Town and is home to many different animal species, including the Big Five: leopard, lion, rhino, elephant, and buffalo. You can participate in a morning and an evening game drive. You then have a good chance of spotting the entire Big Five. Along the way you will be served a drink and snack at a beautiful viewpoint. If you have never experienced a safari, this is a great starting point to get a feel for what a safari is like, but keep in mind that a stay in such a private game park is not cheap. From here you can continue your journey to the Tsitsikamma National Park. You can drive there via Mossel Bay, Gurge, Nisna, and Plettenberg Bay and perhaps spend the night in one of the beautiful towns along the way. The Tsitsikamma National Park is one of the most beautiful nature parks in all of South Africa. The rugged coastline is marked by almost vertical mountains and a narrow river gorge. A rope bridge takes you to various viewpoints in the park that offer a view of the sea. You may see the whales and dolphins from a distance, but the amazing nature that surrounds you makes this an extra special experience. From there you drive on the N2 to Port Elizabeth and from there to the Addo Elephant National Park. There are not many lodges in the Addo Elephant National Park, but on the edge of the park you will find several lodges that organize safari trips to the park every day, where you can drive around the park yourself in your own car. Addo Elephant National Park is the third largest national park in South Africa. It has expanded into an area with great differences in biodiversity, landscapes, flora and fauna. In total, the Addo National Park covers approximately 180,000 hectares. The immense area is home to numerous animal species including the Big Seven and is a great place for a safari tour. The elephant is the shining center of the Addo Elephant National Park. An encounter with this animal is something you will not soon forget. The elephants that live here are different from other parts of South Africa. They have no females or small tusks and their ears are rounder and smaller than normal. The reason for this is to give elephants a better chance and to avoid poaching. Unlike the Kruger Park, for example, you are guaranteed to encounter majestic animals. The Big Five lives in Addo National Park. Even the Big Seven can be spotted. The two other animals included here are the southern right whales, and the white shark. From Addo you drive back towards Cape Town, via the Karoo. You can spend the night in Oudtshoorn, for example. Oudtshoorn is located between the mountains of Outeniqua and Swartberg in the Little Karoo on the famous Route 62. A village located in the fertile valley on the Grobelaars River in the Western Cape Province. Oudtshoorn is also called the ostrich capital. Visit one of the many ostrich farms and learn more about the special birds. Just outside the city are the Kango Caves, a beautiful natural phenomenon where guided tours are organized daily. The 20-million-year-old limestone caves are located in the Swartberg Mountains, 30 kilometers from Oudtshoorn, and are one of the wonders of the world and South Africa's oldest tourist attraction. You can take a standard tour with a guide, or for those who do not suffer from claustrophobia and are flexible, the adventurous tour. Drive via the beautiful Route 62 to Montague. Montague, a cute town on the well-known Route 62 in South Africa. It is a small town, with about 15,000 inhabitants and a large ibis colony that lives in the center on a gigantic tree near a small pond. Montague, together with Tulbagh, is a frequently visited place on Route 62. Not surprising, because both villages have something lovely about them. Montague with its Victorian and Cape Dutch houses with wooden details, which, because of the way they are worked, are reminiscent of lace that you normally find on clothing, also called brockie lace in Montague. Spend the night here again in a beautiful B&B, for example 7 Church Street Luxury Guest House, with its beautiful gardens with the most beautiful birds, and enjoy the hospitality and an extensive breakfast. Here you can completely relax, and from here you can explore the beautiful surroundings. Simply walking around, via the ibis colony through the rest of the village, and having a drink somewhere, is somehow super relaxing here. A relief after hours of driving on the endless roads of the Western Cape. Perhaps that relaxed feeling is created by the mountains that seem to embrace Montague, but the locals are also friendly here, and the feeling is of course also enhanced by the cute appearance of the village. From here drive via the R62, R60, and R43 over the Franschhoek Pass to Franschhoek. Through this pass you have a beautiful view over the valley in which the city is located. Franschhoek is one of the most famous wine regions in the world. But there is more to Franschhoek than just wine. It is a charming town with colonial buildings located in beautiful surroundings. There are many beautiful wineries, or wine estates, that you can visit. From Franschhoek you drive back to Cape Town via Stellenbosch, the end of a beautiful route.